Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, wherever you're at in the country. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us here. I am your beautiful, just gorgeous, stunningly drop-dead host, John Burke. And my okay.
You sure are, buddy.
He's oh, damn it. Now I gotta be nice to you. You
got it all.
You can't support me like that.
You got it all over there, don't you?
You can't support me like that. Now I have to be nice in return. I wanted to be mean, and I can't. Oh, my God. I'm coming off of a Delta 8 wine, what would you call it, crossfade, high, drunk from last night. I woke up this morning, I was just kind of like, ugh, like too much wine. I tried that Ménage à Trois. It's a cheaper wine, but it's pretty good. Like, I don't know. I love wine.
Do you?
I do. I love wine. There's something about it. When I drink wine, for some reason, it doesn't take as much to get me, like I don't get drunk. I get kind of buzzed and then I feel good and I just stay there because I don't want to wake up like I did this morning for some weird reason with just a weird kind of hangover. It's like, I hate those.
Wine hangovers, they're the worst.
They are. It's brutal. It's brutal. I don't normally get hangovers, but every so often, like I'll just kind of wake up and I'm like, man, I'm feeling bleh. So it's like it had to be the wine, but
you made it. We made it.
I was gonna call in today, but I was like, no, my audience needs me. They need me.
They need this savagery.
They need the savagery. I am such a douche. Oh my gosh. Speaking of douches, you and I were talking about this before the show. Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate is making the rounds on TikTok. He's making the rounds on social media. If you don't know who Andrew Tate is, he is a world champion kickboxer. I don't know a whole lot about this guy. I see a lot of what he says out there circulating on the interwebs. And there's a lot of what this guy has to say that I disagree with, but there's some things he says that I do agree with. But I mean, he says some very misogynistic things. I'll give him that. It's like, yeah, he does. It's like, but I wonder if he truly believes this or if he's playing a role. Like he's playing this massive troll role. But the thing is, like, I see all these women, and I did an Instagram thing about it. I tweeted about it last night. I'm like, I see these women out there. Like, let me first back up. Andrew Tate has also said things like, if there's a guy next to him dying and he needs CPR, Tate's like, I'm not giving it to him because I'm not fucking gay. And it's like, I don't know if he's serious about that or if he's joking. I would hope he's joking. But if he's serious, that's kind of stupid. I mean, it's very stupid. He believes that women are property, that the women that submit belong to the man. And I'm just sitting there reading all these comments of all these angry women. And a few of my friends on Instagram and Facebook have posted about this guy, calling for him to be deplatformed. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute. You don't say a single fucking thing about these toxic feminists out there and wanting them deplatformed. But you got a misogynistic guy and now you're getting your panties in a wad? Like I haven't, and I'm saying, I know this is anecdotal, but this is to my friends that I see. They were like making posts about him. And one woman, I guess, I don't know if she listens to the podcast or not, but or watched my Instagram live last night. I mean, she pulled her shit down, but I was like, leave your shit up. Like, if that's how you feel, fine. But if you're going to be hypocritical in your views, they should be challenged. All views should be challenged. But these same women calling for the deplatforming of Andrew Tate don't say a fucking word about toxic feminism or feminists out there for them to be deplatformed. I think Andrew Tate says half the shit he does just to get a rise out of people. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with this guy simply for the entertainment value. Yeah. Just for the entertainment value. And I made a tweet yesterday, and I'm standing by said tweet. I said, because of the explosion of third wave contemporary feminism, which is not about equality, it's rooted in supremacy of women. Because you had such a massive explosion of this hitting our scenes, especially in the campus areas, that for every action, there is an equal opposite reaction. Because of things like this, you get the Andrew Tates. Because of the Andrew Tates, you get the weaponized feminism. They feed off of each other. Are you going to cancel them both out? No. I'm just here for the shit show. I love watching them, reading the comments of these women just crying about it.
What he's doing is great. He's promoting his own brand. He's getting some heat behind his name. You know, I'd never heard of the guy, and here he is. Like, all of a sudden, catches fire, and people who hadn't heard about him is like all over the place.
He is.
So he's got this thing called Hustler University. $49, getting people to sign up.
So he sells this, and this is the thing that I've had mixed feelings on this. Again, I do have to make it very clear. There are many things I don't agree with him on, but this dude's fucking funny. because his trolls to come after him, and he's rich, he's a millionaire, and he talks about his like, oh yeah, what color's your Bugatti? That's his thing. That's his catchphrase. It's kind of like, oh, you think you're fucking hot shit? What color's your Lambo? Oh, you ain't got one? Shut the fuck up. And it's like, I get that side of it, to where it's like, unless you're doing better or equal to me, shut the fuck up. I get that, because you got a lot of trolls that want to come out of the woodwork saying all kinds of shit. Like, especially, and we've seen this, like, you know, you should do this with your business. It's like, yeah, but you're not a business owner, so shut the fuck up. You don't matter. Yeah. But there are things he says, and I'm just kind of like, what? But I think he does a lot of it just to garner attention. Just to garner attention, yeah. But to go back to my other point, though, we've seen the emergence of these boot camps, quote unquote boot camps for men, to essentially make them more masculine. And I remember seeing, you remember Elliot Hulse? He's big in the fitness world. Like, I remember his thing was Hey Elliot or Yo Elliot. This dude's a beast of a fitness guy. And he started going a little bit more spiritual. But then I started noticing Elliot hosting these camps for men. And there were some things that he, you know, it almost came off like kind of cult-like, but I understood the premise for where he was coming from. And the sense of it was like, if you have these young men that don't have father figures in their lives, they've never been instructed on how to hold themselves, you know, what it means to be a man, things. So he holds these types of boot camps, whether I agree with them or not, in a sense to try and steer young men or men in general down a different direction to get them to be more masculine. Before, I thought it was stupid. But now I feel like I have to change my mind, because it seems as if our men have become way more effeminate. Yeah. This is a result of feminism. This is also, I think, at root of this, I think this is because men just want to get laid. I really do. I think these very beta type dudes just want to get their dicks wet, and the only way to achieve that is to seem as if they're a woman's ally. And I'm not saying being a woman's ally is the wrong thing to do, but it's like, don't become a simp. You don't have to sit there and bend over and be a weak-kneed bitch just to get your dick wet. Yeah. You don't have to do that. At least not with a quality woman. But I see these universities, and that's what Andrew Tate apparently is doing. And it's called what is it? Hustle University?
Yeah, I just jumped on his Twitter account, but
I need to take a look at this. I did, because I know he sells these programs, and a lot of these, he influences a lot of young men. He's got influence. There is no doubt about that.
I think you have a lot of women who come out and call men sexist, misogynist, and all these other names, and you know, some may be you know, fair game, but others it might be a little bit overboard. Yeah. Like the lady who was carrying around a mattress on her back around campus. So, you know what I'm talking about? Remember that?
No.
She said she was raped. It turned out to be a big hoax.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. It happened a little while ago, but you have stories like that where these women kind of push men back and kind of beat them down a little bit. And you have some guys who just can't, you know, stand on their own 2 feet, and they maybe just need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help. Yeah. So
I get it. Like, because I don't know. I mean, you had a father. I didn't really have a father, but I had the military. That's what gave me my kind of direction. But I did have a father figure. But, you know, and it's hard for me to sit there and think about it from the perspective of someone that's never had a father and never had any type of male influence in their life. And when I say male influence, I mean like masculine influence. You know, and I realize how weird this sounds from a guy that sits here and does fencing, dances tango, and shit like that. But at the same time, I'm extremely good looking, have a big penis, and whatever. I understand how weird that sounds. I'm a Renaissance man. I'm weird. But I do get, or I try and put myself in the position of, if we did not have any type of influence in our lives, masculine influence, how would we be? And it only leads me to believe that one has but to look on things like TikTok and things like this, where you see these young men and they are clearly lacking that masculine figure in their life because they are so effeminate.
Well, what is masculinity to you?
You know, I think that's a very good question. I mean, I think everybody's going to have a different interpretation of that. Well, I think masculinity, it's just masculine qualities.
I think it's taking care of your family.
I was going to say,
you know,
I
being
feel
a good husband,
like the nurturer,
be a good father, be a provider.
Yeah, provider,
and a protector.
Yeah.
You know, those are masculine things. You know, you open the door for your wife.
Yeah.
You know,
pull out the
usher your kids
be a
in.
gentleman,
Yeah. I mean, those are all masculine. Like be the defender. Yeah. Be a man. Yeah. You're the head of the household.
You know, it's funny you say that, because even though I agree with equal rights and all this other stuff, I still, in the relationship I'm in, I still have that gender role of, like, for example, we went out to eat last night. I pulled a chair out for her. Yeah. She can do it herself. But you know what? She appreciates that. And I love that she appreciates that. And it's like, yeah, am I stronger? Yes, of course. It's like, but like I said before, I'm there to guard and protect what I love. which is her, and she's the nurturing side of the house. And I think there's that common balance. And again, and I'm not saying that's how it has to be for every single couple out there. Some people make weird shit work, and if it works for you, rock on with your bad self. But the point is, though, there's so many of these young men that are just, you know, they just don't have a direction. They don't, like, for example, I had to talk to women. Dude, I had to turn my DMs off because I got tired of the fucking shit that I kept getting. Which is just stupid shit nonstop. Like, I get the same meme sent to me like 20 fucking times. Like, yeah, I just posted that goddamn meme. Like, what the fuck? And I know I gotta pull back off of social media. I keep saying that. But a lot of these young men were like, how do I talk to a girl or a woman? And I forget what it was like to be that age, because I didn't grow up how I am now with confidence and things such as that. It was more so, like, I was thinking about this last night. You know, when we're in those younger years, we're very just, we don't want to get rejected. We don't want to get made fun of in front of our friends. And then you get older and you stop giving a fuck about shit like that, because you realize, like, okay, yeah, what, I'm going to get rejected. That's how it goes. It's life. It certainly doesn't make the staying any easier, though. That's for damn sure. But I get why a lot of these guys are doing these boot camps. I've seen Navy SEAL hosted ones. I've seen all kinds of ones. And I get it now. It makes sense to me. And it feels like this is kind of needed now, because with the fatherless rate being the way it is now, where the fuck are they supposed to get it? Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I get it.
I think when you try to put the label cult on it, I don't know. I think it tarnishes it a little bit. I mean, what could be classified as a cult? Anything?
Well, you ain't on.
I mean,
I had a dude fucking hit me up on YouTube yesterday about that. It's like, you just lost a subscriber because you called certain conservatives idiots. So by name, we're not allowed to criticize them. Have you seen Liz Cheney? She's an idiot.
I mean,
I hate people like that.
Like, look,
you said something I don't like about my protected flock.
You were a drill sergeant in the Army.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't get guys motivated by, you know, sweet talking them.
Oh, absolutely, I did.
No, you had
Hey there, little guy. Hey, little fella. You want to shoot your rifle today, huh?
Want to do some push-ups?
Wait a minute. Could you just see me as Drill Sergeant Berg at Fort Benning and, like, getting down on a private's bunk? I'm like,
good morning, Starshine. The world says hello.
oh, get the fuck out.
That's how it is now, though, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Dude, I see these TikToks of these military influencers now, and I feel like I'm kind of a subject matter expert on it. I was kind of like one of the OGs with the whole fucking car ranch shit. And you see the clear black and white of my day, which wasn't even 6 or 7 years ago, to the shit you see now. Like these dudes pretending to be drill sergeants and stuff, or these sergeant majors. And I'm not talking shit about these guys. Please don't take it that way. It's just the language or the lack of language. Like, hey, come here, guy. What in the frick are you doing? What gosh dog thing? And I'm sitting there, it's like, do you hear yourself? You sound gay as fuck. Like I would never, like I if I heard a sergeant major or a drill sergeant, like, hey, come here, guy. What in the ever loving F is wrong with you? I'm like, did you just say F? You didn't. You know you can say fuck, right?
Is this the
but
PG-13
they don't let
version?
them. They don't let them.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I was like, I'm sorry. Does the word fuck offend you? Then maybe you shouldn't be in the Army. But they don't let you do that anymore. And it's like, oh, why? Well, it's offensive. Oh, you know what else is offensive? Bullets, bombs, planes. Those are offensive too. So your first experience with offensive things should not be in combat. It should be before then to where you can develop some thick fucking skin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you this.
You know, when you explain it like that, it makes sense.
What's the gosh darn problem? What's the gosh darn problem? Like, dude, no. Take the fucking hat off and chop your nuts off. You sound like a bitch. Fuck no.
Wipe the lipstick off.
Off your boyfriend's dick. It's ridiculous. What the doggone frick? Hey, soldier. Hey, warrior. I fucking can't even. I can't even with this shit, dude. I can't even with this shit. I see these guys, and a lot of them make really good content. Don't get me wrong. And you know, they're doing all they can do within their parameters. I get it. I'm not talking shit, so please don't take it that way. But I hear that language. It's like, that does not resonate motivation inside of me.
Yeah.
You got to drop, like General Patton had it right, man. You got to drop some F-bombs in there. You got to speak the language of the people, and then that resonates with them. You don't hear these motivated people like just out there just like, good morning.
We're going to do this together.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Get the It's like, that's not my kind of motivation. When I hear that, I think of some fucking long-haired, hippie, skinny fucking freak that lives on a diet of like rabbit food and then meditates with like a fucking, I don't know, tomato jar up her ass to like be one with the world. I have no idea what these people do. And I just see somebody like that, and that's the type of motivation they use. Like, good morning, people. We're going to take on the day today.
Look out, world.
Look out, world. Here we come.
You're just like, I don't think I want to take this class anymore. I want to go with the dude that fucking screams. I want to go with the alpha toxic masculinity motherfucker because I know he's going to get shit done.
Yeah, he's going to get you ready.
He's going to get you ready.
Yeah.
And that's why people are kind of like, oh, you're so mean. It's like, you're right. And so is life. You should be thanking me.
Shut up.
Shut up, you bitch.
Shut that whore mouth.
No, I think there's a time and a place for everything. But yeah, I see these influencers now, and it's just like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Come here, high speed. Come here, come here, soldier. Come here, warrior. My thing was like, come here, fucky. Come here, dumb fuck. It's like, why are you walking with your mouth open? It ain't raining dicks. Shut your fucking mouth. You fucking little shitheads. That was, oh my God. That was so much fun as a drill. That really was.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. Did I tell you a story about like the goal of like day one? I think I did. Like so whenever they drop the soldiers off, the goal is to like make the other drills laugh.
Oh, okay.
I think I told you about that.
No, you never told me about it.
Oh, yeah, that's the goal. So when you have, they call it day zero, and it's when they bring the privates from their in-processing area. They call it a 30th AG, and they bring them what they call downrange, which is the actual barracks where they're going to be staying at, which is actual basic training. So when they're getting off the buses, like the infamous, you get off the bus with your bags and shit, that's day zero. And that's when you are full drill mode, non-fucking stop. Nobody, like all the drills there, none of y'all are going home that night. You're all staying the night because for the first like 72 hours, it is straight fucking lockdown. All hands on deck. Nobody goes home. In processing, it's just the most stressful fucking thing ever. So the goal of that, because the other thing is like, the goal of it is to make the other drills laugh because it makes it tolerable because you are so fucking tired. Like if you've never, and the other thing is like half the time you'll see a lot of drills like spitting up blood because you're screaming so much. Yeah. When you're a new drill, you start learning very quickly to pick and choose when you want to scream and start learning that silent man approach to where it makes them even more afraid. Instead of be like, what the fuck? It's like, all right, private. Okay, I got you. And they just walk away. It's like, oh, fuck. It's like we're getting fucked up later, but it saves your voice. But I remember there was like 1 or 2 cycles. Day zero, I'd be coughing up little specks of blood. It's like, okay, I gotta pull back, and then you'd be on a steady diet of like tea with honey and lemon. It helps to coat your vocal cords. But anyway, while they're picking up their bags, while they're doing all this shit and they're scrambling, and the whole thing you're trying to create is chaos. Make them afraid, make them scared. They have no direction. It is the biggest culture shock you will ever see in your entire life. You literally went from being babied, you were getting fed 3 hots and a cot. Now it's like, dude, your fucking life is over. I'm your judge, jury, God, and executioner. That's how it used to be. Now it's like, come here, little guy. Take Daddy Drill's hand. We're gonna walk you through this.
Let's go to the library.
Let's go to the library. Let's go look at some picture books and some scratch and sniff stickers. Oh, this smells like beef stew.
So the whole purpose behind it, though, of like why we fuck with each other, is that you'd say that, and that's where drills get their sayings from the older drills on the trail. Is because that's their goal is to try and make you laugh. So I remember Tim Eagle, I'm still friends with him on Facebook. He's a good dude, solid drill, taught me everything. His thing was like, fucky. He's like, come here, fucky. I never heard that before, and I made that my own. When he left the trail, I took it, and I used it, and I passed it on to the next drill. And there's things that you remember when you were a private that your drill sergeants told you. Like, you never forget this shit. I don't know why. I still remember my drills. Turner, Williams, and freaking Stalin, who was a fucking full-blown Russian. Didn't understand a word that motherfucker said.
His name was Stalin?
His name was Stalin, Drill Sergeant Stalin. Yeah. He was Russian. Come here, Pava. And you're like, what? Eh? He's a bad son of a bitch. Yeah. He was. But yeah, the entire time they're picking up their bags and everything like that, you're screaming out the craziest obscenities and insults you can. The privates are going to be scared no matter what. Yeah. It's the other drills that you're sitting there trying to make them fucking laugh. And when somebody would say something that would make you laugh, I'd be like, hold on, drill, I got to take a phone call. And you go walk into the bay and just... And then you go walking, but you know, stoic, clear face. It's like, all right, motherfucker. All right. That's what it turned into. And oh my God, there was Drill Sergeant Anderson. He was a really good buddy of mine. It's just a good motherfucker. And he was like, we get so fucking motivated before days. He's like, are you ready to do this? Go tear these motherfuckers up. You fuck yeah, here we go. He would be like listening to fucking Metallica and then just, fuck yeah. Then those fucking buses pull up. It's like, game the fuck on. And then after 2 hours, like, I'm ready to go home. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so tired. But that was your job for the 16 weeks you had those little Muldoons. Your job was to like form these kids into men, which you're not going to. 16 weeks certainly is not enough. But it's fun. It was a fun endeavor. And the best part is when they're walking across that parade field for graduation day and they're in unison, they're in step, they know how to shoot, they know the basics, just the fundamentals. These guys aren't advanced. They don't know, they really don't know shit about reality. Yeah. But once they get down to their line units, then they'll start really learning the good shit. But you're just like, yeah, we created that. Like, that was us. It was good. It made it worthwhile. But
you're welcome, America.
You're welcome, America. But man, it was a blast. But it was the hardest job I've ever had. You are literally, you're home, but you're gone. Like, you're not home. Like, you rarely get to see home.
How long were you drill sergeant for?
2 years. I volunteered for a third one, but then towards the end of it, I was like, no, I'm ready to go. Yeah. Like, they didn't even have anything for me back down on the line. They were like, you got to go be an SGL at Fort Stewart NCO Academy. I'm like, oh my God, I don't do that. Go teach a bunch of fucking kids how to be sergeants. It's like, just fucking, no, put me back on the line. But they didn't have anything. So I was like, shit. But yeah, being a drill was very rewarding. It was, it was a blast. It was such a blast. Yeah. But yeah, by the end of it, you're like, if you walk off that trail, to be a successful drill sergeant, you just got to keep your hat and badge. I mean, you can't get in any trouble. If you don't get in any trouble, you're a successful drill sergeant. There were so many dudes that got in serious fucking trouble that I was with. Two guys I went to drill sergeant school with. As soon as they got down to the line or got down to the trail, they call it when you're becoming a drill sergeant, fucking female privates. Boom, gone, done. Like, yeah. That's why when I came down on orders originally to go to Fort Jackson, which is mixed. It's men and women. And I knew a guy there, and I was like, hey, you can switch orders. He had orders to go to Fort Benning, Georgia, which is where they trained the infantry guys. And that's where I came from, was infantry. I was like, hey, you want to switch orders? He's like, yeah. So I got the hell out, and I went to Benning. I was like, I don't want to deal with females. I don't want to do any of that bullshit. I want to train infantry kids. I don't want to deal with freaking pogues. Let me go train grunts. I know this. I know what they're doing. I feel like I can be 10 times more effective over there. And I did that. Thank God. Because that shit, the stories I heard, the horror stories of dealing with freaking the mixed, nope, I don't want anything to do with it. It's like, I didn't, And so...
How long had it been like that?
I've been like that for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah. But now I think they do have women in the infantry. I think they opened up to where women can be in the infantry, and it's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm out. I couldn't deal with it. I just couldn't. I dealt, and I'm not saying all women are like that, but I dealt with serving with women in the military intelligence community, and it was just, my experiences were fucking horrendous. Oh my God, horrendous.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know damn well what I mean. It's just exactly like that. Oh my God, just, oh my God. The shit. Oh, no. And I'm not trying to stereotype and generalize all women here, but the ones that, and there was actually one. There was one good one that I really liked. She was amazing. And everything else is like never again. Like, put me back with the guys. I don't want to deal with this shit. So, well, I just, I pissed off all the women in the chat, but it's okay. I really don't fucking care. Go listen to Andrew Tate. Which again brings us back to the first thing we were talking about was Andrew Tate. Yeah. So I agree. I like Andrew Tate's presence. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but I love the fact that he's got the presence, and I love seeing how triggered people are at the shit he's saying. Yeah. And a lot of what he's saying is also rooted in, and I talked about this last night, Islam. Now, I don't know if this guy's a Christian or not, because I've also heard him say inshallah, which is, and Muslim speak for Islam for if God wills it, inshallah. Christians say, if it be thy will, be done. It's their version of that. And forgive me if I'm wrong on that. I believe that's the same thing. We heard that so much. We do these briefings with the Iraqi Civil Defense Corps, the ICDC, or the Iraqi Army after a while. Like, okay, so this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And they would just look at us like, inshallah. It's like, no, there's no inshallah. It's like, we're doing this. There is no what if. It's like, this is happening. We're going on this mission. It's like, inshallah. Like, no. No. Allah has nothing to do with it. Like, you're fucking going. So that's just a lot of how their their minds worked. So, but yeah, dude, going back to the Andrew Tate thing, I just love seeing how pissed off feminists are about this guy. And then
the clips I've seen of him, he handles his business. He handles himself very well. I don't think there's anything that I've seen anyway that
you got to watch him more, because he even talks about how he actually thinks women are property, and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah. It's like, I don't know.
I'll have to look it up. I mean,
Yeah,
because that
you
could be
should.
like the snapshot, you know,
well,
version.
They
you know,
doctor
shot
a lot
of
of
the.
yes,
of
they
the-
doctor a lot of the
right.
stuff he says, and they do in small little clips. But they don't let him. They don't do the entire clip where he
Right.
explains. It's like, oh no, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Bill Barr does that.
I love Bill Barr.
That one bit where he talks about, you know, no doesn't necessarily mean no all the time. Like where he's out with your girlfriend. You're like, oh, no, stop it. Oh, no, quit. No, stop
No,
it.
I haven't
And,
seen
you know,
this one.
And then he's like, you know, you get a bad read. He's like, no, stop it. Please stop. He's like, you get a bad read and it's over. So,
A bad read.
yeah. So if you like, you go to court.
Oh, gotcha.
A stenographer
Okay.
reads back the
Oh,
conversation.
via text, that's never going to sound
Yeah,
good. That's going to
yeah.
sound horrible.
No, stop. Please,
please
stop.
stop. Versus the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please don't stop. Oh, God, I'm there. Oh, my God, I, papi.
I mean,
oh, gee.
obviously he does it a lot better than I just did it, but it's
Bill Burr's been around for a while because I
It's
was
pretty
looking
funny.
I was looking for a special. I wasn't sure if it was on Amazon or Netflix or whatever. He's got a couple of specials out, and I do realize he's been around for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but he's really blown up in these past couple of years. Like he's really taken a more front seat approach.
anybody that's willing just to
Get out there and fucking say it.
yeah,
Yeah,
say controversial things will rise to the top.
yeah, I agree. So, oh really? How much did the female veteran? How much attention did the female veteran get when she was illegally shot at the Capitol? I'm not sure what your argument is here. Wasn't her name Amy Babbitt?
Yeah,
Yeah, the one that was illegally breaking through the barricade and got shot, and then all veterans want to make her out to be like she's a martyr, and she's not. You're not gonna like me. Just because we're veterans does not mean I'm automatically gonna be on your side. Sorry, it just doesn't work that way. And her being a veteran, Air Force veteran, should have known better. But that is what it is.
Yeah.
Same group are like, you shouldn't run for the cops, and then same kind of thing happens, and now they're like, oh, they shot a veteran. It's like, yeah, she was breaking through a barricade where there was literally congresspeople on the other side, and they didn't know if she was a threat. And the dude warned her. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. I've already been over this a million times. But, well, hey guys, hey, it's that time of the show. You know what time it is? It's time to plug the products. Shell Shock CBD. Josh and I were talking before the show. The code TRY that we're doing for the Rack Out gummies, I think we're going to leave it. We've had a lot of people using it, and I think we're going to leave it.
yeah,
Code TRY, when you purchase the Rack Out gummies, if you try it and you don't like it, you can send it back for a full refund. But you have to use code TRY so we can track that. Again, these are the Rack Out gummies. These are CBD and melatonin. They are going to help you not only, like I said, fall asleep, but stay asleep. Invest some money into improving your quality of sleep, which in return will also improve your quality of life. What are you waiting for? You've got nothing to lose here. If you try these products and they don't work, your money comes back. You have our word on that. It's just that simple. If you try it and it does work for you, you've just invested $45 in something that's going to help you achieve a great night's sleep. No side effects, no addictive properties. This stuff is amazing. So it's 15 milligrams of CBD, which already helps you relax. Then there's 5 milligrams of melatonin. Combine these things. Even all of our staff have tried these. They all work. We love it. We've had this product it's become one of our flagship products. So again, that's shellshockcbd.com, the Rack Out gummies. You can find them on the website. Use code TRY. Use code TRY, and like I said, if you try it and you don't like it, you can send it back for a full refund. Now again, don't take half the fucking bag. I'm not refunding you if you eat half the fucking bag. Doesn't work that way. So, here's the link, website, in the chat. Go check it out, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Appreciate y'all.
we also have
We also have the samples.
just the sample pack too,
Yeah,
which is a nice little
it is. We have the $5 sample
deal
pack.
there. Yeah.
So you can do either. John, we need Almond Joy flavored bomb drops. We already have that. We have the John Ross bomb drops. I don't know where that link is. I got to get that link. I don't know. Is the goalpost artwork sold yet? Oh, good question. Let's check on that. It's listed on the allamericansavageshow.com website. It's allamericansavageshow.com website. You can sign up for the, you can get, like, if you haven't been on this website, you should definitely check it out. Let's go over to the news side of the house. So you guys One second, guys. I gotta figure out the sound of this. Got this. When I transitioned to another scene, the sound went away. But no, the How to Paint Like Monkeypox is currently for $550, and the How to Paint Like an Abortionist is $706. That's incredible. So we really thank you for that. That's just nuts to me that we these are shitty painting. I'm sitting here, I do feel, I've talked about this, I do feel kind of bad because, there's a lot of artists that really put their blood, sweat, and tears into learning a craft. And here I am just painting something for funsies because it's just making fun of politics.
Yeah.
And they're selling for decent prices. It's like, good lord. I mean, I don't know what the average painting sells for.
I don't know. But the proceeds are going to a great cause. So,
Yeah.
We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's something else we can do to help.
It's great. It's great. So, but yeah, you can check that out. It's allamericansavageshow.com. Let me fix the audio on this. That should fix it. There we go. We're good. But yeah, these are the paintings. It's allamericansavageshow.com. And if you're interested, we got the mugs, the stickers for the podcast. You want to support us, you can do it there. We sincerely appreciate all that love and support, guys. If you can't buy anything from Shell Shock, you can go here. You can buy the stickers and stuff. It's all there. All right, enough fucking around. There's just a lot to cover. Yeah, there's more emerging things about Trump and what's going on in Mar-a-Lago. It's just one massive shit show. But first, we've got some good news. CDC ends recommendations for social distancing and quarantine for COVID-19 control. No longer recommends test to stay in schools. Essentially, what has happened now is that a big update from the CDC.gov today is the CDC recommendations no longer differentiate based on a person's vaccination status, acknowledging breakthrough infections are common and taking natural immunity into consideration.
I said that 2 years ago just to be.
I was about to say, if people don't understand the magnitude of what that statement means or brings with it, it means that everyone that was fired should get their job back or should sue for discrimination.
That was always been my question here is people who were sued or people who were fired for not taking the vaccine, if they would be able to go back and sue their former employer for discrimination.
I hope they do. I sincerely hope they do.
Because, that happened a lot.
Yeah. It was nuts. It was across the entire world, actually.
I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know here in the United States that I knew several people who, if they didn't take the vaccination, everybody does. Yeah. Everybody knows those people.
Yeah.
So
they did it to the military.
Yep.
So now it should be the first pressing thing for business for Congress now is to reinstate those military service members they kicked out.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in the military under this administration.
I wouldn't
if he
go
got
back,
kicked out, my nephew went to the Marines. They kicked him out because he wouldn't take the vaccine. I'm like, man,
don't go back.
They did you a favor.
They did. I would tell these veterans and people like that. It's like if they're telling you that they're going to bring you back, I wouldn't go because they've already shown they weren't loyal.
Yeah,
that's one of the Army values: loyalty.
Right.
From the whole acronym of leadership: loyalty, duty, respect, self-service, honor, integrity, personal, all that shit.
Yeah.
They didn't show any loyalty, none. But they expect you to be loyal to them. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. That kid, he had to go through basic training twice because he got COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to quarantine.
Yeah, and then he had to recycle.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks.
Went through again, and then they kicked him out because he wouldn't get vaccinated.
Fucking bullshit. Such fucking bullshit.
Like, you know what? Go fuck yourself.
But hey, follow the science, Josh. Follow the which science now? Your science has changed back to the original statement that many of us were making. We're like, wait a minute, this is bullshit. And you know what a lot of the science has changed into? What those scientists were saying that were censored at the beginning of this pandemic that social media did not want to let out there into the world. How many scientists did we say, wait a minute, Fauci's wrong. Herd immunity is the way to go here.
Yeah.
The vaccinations don't work, yada, yada, yada. And what happens? This happens.
Yeah.
Now they've admitted. It's just ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
It's, But the U.S. has said the U.S. Centers for Disease Control (CDC) Prevention says the nation should be moving away from. Blah, 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 blah. All right, new guidelines released Thursday. The agency no longer recommends staying at least 6 feet away from each other to reduce the risk of exposure, a shift from guidance that had been in place since the early days of the pandemic. The shift is a sign of how much has changed since the beginning of the pandemic more than 2 years ago. Nearly the entire U.S. population has at least some immunity through vaccination. Some immunity. How much is some? How much is some, pray tell?
I know.
Are we talking 50%, 60, 75? Because the president, who's the most vaccinated person on the earth, I'd imagine, caught COVID back to back. I mean, weird.
He's riddled with COVID.
It's ridiculous.
That dipshit.
It's fucking ridiculous. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. This shit's so stupid.
Thanks, CDC.
What good are you?
I know.
What good are these people? I mean, I put the CDC. I lump the CDC in there with the FBI. Like, it's the same thing. Like, we don't need either of you. You're fucking garbage.
No.
And it's, oh my God. So
they should have just left this whole thing up to the population.
Let the population choose, yes.
It's not the government's job.
Mm-hmm. It's such bullshit.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit.
Destroyed lives, destroyed businesses. Here we go. 2 years later, you know what? We're good.
Yeah, forget about it. Hey, my bad, my B, y'all. We ruined lives, destroyed businesses.
Turns out it did what viruses normally do, is mutate and get weaker and weaker and weaker and usually just fizzle themselves out. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people said in the very beginning.
Yep. Pure blood right here. So the FBI comes out. I checked their Instagram yesterday just for shits and giggles, and of course they have comments turned off.
Yeah, feeling cute, might go raid later.
I have never heard that. I didn't see that.
You heard it right here, buddy.
That's fucking great. Feeling cute, might fucking go on a raid later. Oh my God. That's great. So let me read you the statement that the FBI put out. This is too good. This is on the FBI Instagram page. Again, they've got the comments turned off because they're a bunch of little bitches. And it says, and I quote, "Unfounded attacks on the integrity of the FBI erode respect for the rule of law and are a grave disservice to the men and women who sacrifice so much to protect others." Man, that's a really interesting way of saying, please don't criticize us when we fucked up. Nobody trusts you.
I know. Nobody
trusts you at all. Like, whatsoever, and justifiably so.
The only people that trust the FBI are the Democrats.
Yeah. And for a while there, even Democrats were whole, like, defund the police, blah, 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 but yet you're perfectly
That was local police.
Yeah.
They wanted to defund the local police. They have that. The FBI is the Democratic
Oh, yeah. System, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they say unfounded attacks. Mm-hmm. Like, making an accusation now apparently is akin to an attack. That's this language.
The whole thing sounds very, very suspicious.
Oh, it's very. Absolutely. But I like how, unfounded attacks. We talk about unfounded. Number one, the press briefing that Garland did yesterday, if you didn't watch it, it's a big nothing burger. It's bullshit. He admits he signed off on the warrant. He says, me, right here. Mm-hmm. Okay? Unfounded attacks on the integrity of the FBI. Now, Democrats are saying this was not a raid. This was just a search. Okay? Well, in a search, don't you allow lawyers to be present? Mm-hmm. I could be wrong on that. In a raid, you probably don't because you're in there to raid the shit. Well, they would not let Trump's lawyers in there. They wouldn't. They even said that they should turn off the cameras, and they refused.
Yeah, turn off the security system.
They very easily could get away with anything as far as like planting evidence. Like, you don't know. And I know Democrats would be saying the exact same thing if the roles were reversed. So when Republicans say it, don't sit there and clutch your pearls and act surprised.
Yeah.
Don't play stupid. I mean, there isn't a single liberal out there that said, hey, if they raid in Biden's place and the same type of parameters were put into place, you would be making the very same accusations and have the same kind of speculation. Saying, could they be planting? It is very possible. We definitely have room to doubt the integrity of the FBI. When you had James Comey, we had all these fucking people for years, Adam Schiff, going after Trump non-fucking stop on the collusion from Russia, from the P tapes.
Yeah.
As stupid as that sounds.
Proved to be wrong.
They will go to no lengths to destroy Trump. So why wouldn't the FBI possibly plant evidence? So I'm sorry. The integrity of your organization has been called into question many times, especially on January 6th, when you had an agent, one of the heads over there, refusing to answer any question every congressman threw at her. She refused. So, you're calling for complete transparency, which Trump is actually saying. He's saying, release it now. He came out on Truth Social today and even said, release the documents, release the warrant. I want you to see it. Show the world. And for those that don't know, all they're saying this is the boxes apparently had classified information. The feds had already seen it. They already went through it. They even said the Secret Service guys put an extra lock on that friggin' basement.
It was the Secret Service who took care of all the security stuff for it.
Well, they're also saying the reasoning for the raid, it was because an insider source said it was because of somebody in Secret Service was giving them the information. That is hearsay. I don't know. Nobody knows. But that's what's kind of making its way through the press there.
It's amazing. Every time they think they have
Something.
Trump
they
and
think
their
crosshairs.
Like, this is it. We're going to get them. All those idiot celebrities did a Christmas Carol. It's going to be a Mueller Christmas.
Yep. Oh, my God. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it continuously.
Oh, my God. Yep.
You'd think they get tired of just getting slapped in the face.
That's the thing with liberals. They're too stupid to realize that.
Yeah, they're just, they love it. It's like, oh, yeah.
Slap me harder,
I'm
Daddy
wrong
Trump.
again.
Yep.
I'm wrong again. Put me back in the gimp trunk.
And I love how they try and sway the people's emotions there by trying to leverage the service of the men and women. They're putting their lives at risk. How many lives have you fucking ruined? Unfounded attacks on the integrity of the FBI erode respect for the rule of law. Rule of law? That's a joke coming from y'all. Rule of law? Hillary?
I know.
Really? Rule of law? Shut the fuck up.
I think that
The Hunter Biden laptop, rule of law.
There was somebody in Clinton's administration who had taken some classified documents. Remember that?
Yep.
He ended up getting like 2 years probation.
One dude was hiding them in his pants and shit. There's been a lot of classified issues like that. But no FBI raids, no jail time. No. You got Hunter Biden. Where's the FBI raids on this? You got Hillary Clinton. You got Giselle Maxwell. Where's the rule of law on that? Apparently, I saw a meme about this yesterday. It was actually really funny. Apparently, Giselle Maxwell is the first woman to be prosecuted and found guilty for human sex trafficking to virtually nobody because we don't know.
Yeah.
Why is that? Now, the only reason I can think about that is because they're currently building cases to go out and prosecute these people, which then I could understand. But at least make a statement saying that. Look, we're not disclosing anything because right now, these people in her book.
It's an active investigation.
Then I could understand that.
Yeah, you could say that.
But they haven't said anything.
Nothing.
And it's like your silence is deafening. The people have a right to know.
Absolutely.
These law enforcement agencies, they work for the people.
The victims have a right to know.
Damn right they do. Yeah, absolutely. But
because Prince Andrew's involved.
Exactly. That's why this is worldwide scandal here.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to keep this shit hush-hush.
Yep.
100%. And then you got Twitter. You got an ex-general intelligence guy tweeting the most insane shit about how he thinks that Trump could also had nuclear codes. What? The nuclear codes, correct me if I'm wrong, the nuclear codes change every day, every other day?
You think.
So what is he got, some expired codes?
I know.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so that's still classified information, don't get me wrong, but can you prove that, or are we just going off of baseless accusations here?
I know.
Everybody's just guessing. It's like, what's in the box? What's in I gotta make a meme. I gotta meme that. Ah, fuck. Someone's gonna beat me to it. Brad Pitt. And who's his counter? Who was it? Brad Pitt and who? Hugh Jackman? No, not Hugh Jackman. Who was in Seven? Oh, Morgan Freeman. Was it Morgan Freeman?
Was it Morgan Freeman?
Was it Morgan Freeman in Seven, the other detective? Am I wrong on that?
Was it Bruce Willis in that? I don't know.
It was Morgan Freeman. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was Morgan Freeman. Okay.
He opened the box.
What's in the box? That's what the FBI is doing at Mar-a-Lago. What's in the box? What's in the box? And they said, the reports from the New York Times have come out and said there were gifts and things like that in some of these boxes. Really, you raided the president's home. You got to remember, and I know this might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people. This was a sitting president's home that was raided. This has never been done before.
Yeah.
This is huge. Huge. They might do something like this in China, but not here in America. So, again, if this raid, and it is a raid, if this raid and they had the sincere probable cause, say it. Put it out there. Donald Trump mocks a claim he had classified documents on nuclear weapons at Mar-a-Lago. President, and here's the other thing. Now, I'm guilty of this. I'll give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think Donald Trump would be so stupid as to have expired nuclear code, which I'm pretty sure they don't keep those nuclear codes around. I'm pretty sure they burn that shit.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they don't keep copies of old nuclear codes. But if they do, they're stupid. But I sincerely doubt. Having worked with the MI community for over a year and some change, their process of getting rid of classified documents is they burn it. They burn it and they make sure it's burned. Like they go through extreme levels to make sure that shit's fucking done and over with.
Do something maybe like bleach bit.
I forget what it was.
Wipe their hard drives.
I do know they burn. I don't know what they did for the.
Sometimes people put their Blackberries in a pillowcase and smash them with hammers.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I've heard people do that before.
Well, ask the FBI. They should know. Oh wait, they don't. Never mind.
The FBI doesn't know about that.
They don't know dick all. President Donald Trump on Friday ridiculed a report suggesting he had classified documents and nuclear weapons at his home at Mar-a-Lago, which prompted the FBI raid on Monday. Nuclear weapons issues is a hoax, just like Russia was a hoax. 2 impeachments were a hoax. The Mueller investigation was a hoax, and much, much more, Trump wrote on social media. He's right.
100%
He's 100% right here. Like,
These guys,
whether you hate Trump or not, he is spitting facts here.
Imagine what he could have done had he had to not overcome all these other obstacles that the Democrats did nothing for 4 years besides investigate Donald Trump, who had done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
They based off of a dossier bought by Clinton.
Yep. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And nothing happened to anybody that brought that fake information.
There
billions and millions of taxpayer dollars went to these investigations, paying all these scumbag politicians' salaries. Nobody goes to jail.
Nope.
There's like, well, that's it. He's innocent. We've gone through everything. That's all. That's all we got.
And they wonder why nobody has faith in the FBI anymore.
Come on.
The Washington Post cited people familiar with the investigation who claimed the FBI was searching for Trump's home for classified documents relating to nuclear weapons. No other details were provided. Trump explained he was still at war with the federal law enforcement and the same sleazy people who were involved in that raid. He also said his lawyers were not allowed to be present for the FBI operation. He said, why wouldn't the FBI allow the inspection of areas at Mar-a-Lago with our lawyers or other presence, or with others present, he asked. Made them wait outside in the heat, wouldn't let them even close, said absolutely not. The former president also raised concerns the FBI was planting information on site, as some of his supporters have speculated. Planting information, anyone, he asked, reminds me of a Christopher Six Steele dossier. He's true. He's right. Some details of the raid are expected to be released after Attorney General Merrick Garland. Fucking that douchebag. That douchebag.
Tell you what.
Who was it, Ray, like the head of the FBI, apparently went through. It's just because everybody was saying, oh, Garland didn't sign off on it. It's like, no, yes, he did. And then he did the press briefing yesterday. He said, yeah, I did. Like, this was me. Yeah. Because they were like, who authorized this? Some details of the raid are expected to be released after Attorney General Merrick Garland announced Friday the Department of Justice had filed a motion to unseal parts of the warrant, citing substantial public interest in the details. No. Release the whole thing, bitch. The whole thing. Don't you give me partial. No, the whole thing. Because at that point, you're just going to give us a little bit of crumbs of like, oh, there's something here, which the crumbs lead to a massive nothing burger. Come on.
Do you think Trump would ever
came
sue
out,
the government?
I think he will in this case. But listen, he says Trump, and people are also already on the Twitter sphere, all the leftists over there is like, well, that's why Trump doesn't want these documents released. Like, that's not what Trump is saying. I don't know where these liberals are getting this. This was posted by Trump. He said, not only will I not oppose the release of documents related to the un-American, unwarranted, and unnecessary raid and break-in of my home in Palm Beach, Florida, Mar-a-Lago, I'm going a step further by encouraging immediate release of those documents, Trump wrote on social media Friday night. I think they meant to say Thursday night. Mm-hmm. Trump is saying, release the documents. Now, you tell me, if a man has got something to hide, why is he calling for something like that? Trump knows he's got them right where he wants them. They have massive egg on their face. And now what they're going to try and do is they realize they got nothing, so they're going to try and pick something very tiny that might hold some kind of weight in court, even though they know it's going to fail, and they're going to hammer down on that. And I guarantee they're going to try and get them on something. Just like January 6th. Again, folks, if January 6th was an actual insurrection and Trump was the reason behind it, don't you think he'd be in jail by now? Don't you think they would have massive?
Everybody could see the video of him saying,
Yeah.
peaceful protest. We're going to march down, protest peacefully.
Yeah.
And then he came out with the next video and said,
Yeah.
go home,
And then
no
they banned him.
violence.
Then they blocked his account. Yep.
And then it's ridiculous. These people are such assholes.
They're scum. They are scum.
It's like all because he wanted to lower taxes, low gas prices.
Blue State Blues, Merrick Garland from victim to bully. Attorney General Merrick Garland once enjoyed bipartisan sympathy as the victim of circumstances. He was a well-regarded appellate judge whose Supreme Court nomination in 2016 failed to advance because of his partisan politics in an election year. Today, he seems to be a vindictive bully who is using the Department of Justice to pursue an extreme left-wing political agenda, whether from ideological conviction or as a form of personal revenge for the way he was sidelined by Republicans. On Monday, the DOJ and the FBI raided the former president's home. Trump's attorney had already been working with the National Archives to handle the return of the historic materials, which included a cocktail napkin and a birthday dinner menu, according to the Washington Post.
Bum, bum, bum.
We got him.
That's it, guys.
We got it.
Roger, this is Bravo 76. We have secured, again, the cocktail napkin. Roger, I copy. We have secured the cocktail napkin. We've got it in our custody. Bring him in, boys. We got him.
We got him.
The fuck is this shit? A cocktail napkin and a fucking menu? Jesus, this is the dumbest shit. But here's the thing. If that's the hill they want to die on, boy, let them. Let them. Because you're going to get made fun of so fucking bad by the entire world. Imagine that. The FBI raids a home to get a cocktail fucking napkin because that's all you've got. I mean, come on. Oh, my gosh. The provocative raid so soon before an election provoked outrage and suspicion of political motivations. I wonder why. After 3 days of silence, Garland finally addressed the raid on Thursday. He announced that he had authorized the search warrant of Mar-a-Lago and suggested that the DOJ preferred less intrusive means of conducting searches. What? Less intrusive means? Less intrusive means would be like, hey, Trump, will you hand over these files, please?
Yeah.
But instead, you raided his house. I mean, what the fuck?
These guys are just such bumbling idiots.
Oh, it's nuts.
The agents who were in on this are complete idiots.
Scumbags.
Total pieces of shit.
After the abuses of the past several years, the spying on the Carter Page with a fraudulently obtained warrant, the pre-dawn raid on Roger Stone, the insurance policy of FBI agents determining to undermine Trump, it was a statement lacking credibility or contrition. Garland presents himself as a soft-spoken gentleman with sad eyes that hint at the deep wounds he suffered when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refused to allow President Barack Obama to replace conservative stalwart Antonio Scalia with a liberal justice. Even an aging white male who checked none of the boxes of identity politics, whose main qualification was his long record in law enforcement and on the bench. Some 20 Republicans voted to confirm him in 2021 in consolation. During his during his confirmation process, Garland promised to protect the independence of the department from partisan influence in law enforcement investigations. President Joe Biden and the Democrats claimed that Garland would depoliticize the DOJ. Like you said before, dude, whatever they say, think the opposite.
That's it.
It's almost, I mean, that is the tactic. Whatever they say, think the exact opposite.
The only people believe what they're saying are
their own people.
Are these idiots. Did you see the one interview of the guy out in front of Trump Tower protesting?
Yeah. I posted it to my Instagram. Yeah.
And he asked him, he's like, well,
because
what crimes has he...
We finally got Trump getting accused of all his crimes he's actually committed. And then,
Yeah, he's like, what crimes? And he's like,
We're done.
We're done.
We're done here. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, that's what I
Mic
thought.
drop.
I showed you.
Boom.
You
like, think?
Yeah.
If he asked about Hillary Clinton, he's like, oh yeah, sure. You know,
Yeah.
she had a private server. She lied about it. Barack Obama knew about it. He lied about it because he had email correspondence with her, sending emails to that address. They're all liars.
Yep.
I mean, you could, put together a pretty good case.
Yeah.
To say what
But nothing.
Nothing.
Why?
Go back to that movie 13 Hours. Those guys
Yeah.
are, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could be like, okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But for Trump, it's like, well, give us an example. It's like, well, you can't say Russian collusion because that was proved to be a lie.
Taxes, proven wrong.
Yeah. All of it.
That's what they do. This is all they do.
It's like they just genuinely don't like the guy, which
Well, Trump says, I'm encouraging DOJ to release the search warrant that led to Mar-a-Lago raid. Former President Donald Trump said he is encouraging the immediate release of the search warrant, really, because he knows he's got him. He knows he's got him.
Again.
Not only will I not oppose the release, I already read this. And again, this is on Truth Social. Trump's political support for releasing the search warrant comes after the U.S. Department of Justice filed a motion to unseal parts of the warrant. No, the whole fucking thing. United States Attorney General Merrick Garland, DOJ cited a substantial public interest in their motion to unseal the warrant. Florida Judge Bruce Reinhart, who approved the search warrant, ordered the Justice Department to confer with Trump's legal team to determine if they would oppose the department's motion to unseal. A group of corporate media companies also filed a motion to unseal all court documents connected with the search warrant, including all probable cause affidavits filed in support of the search warrant, according to CNBC. Garland confirmed that he personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Earlier on Thursday, after conflicting reports that FBI Director Christopher Wray authorized that search warrant, Republican politicians, including those who voted for Trump and his impeachment, that have called on both Garland and Wray to provide an example of the raid on Mar-a-Lago. Trump also criticized the unprecedented political weaponization of law enforcement in his statement. He says, my poll numbers are the strongest they have ever been. Fundraising by Republican Party is breaking all records, and midterm elections are fast approaching, Trump added. This unprecedented political weaponization of law enforcement is inappropriate and highly unethical. The world is watching as our country is being brought to a new low, not only on our border, crime, economy, energy, national security, and so much more, but also with respect to our sacred elections, Trump concluded. Release the documents now.
I'm telling you, if
one of these people, there's the FBI and there's Trump, and one of them are being transparent, one of them's not.
If you didn't like Trump before,
sure,
you'd have to like him now just for all this. He's like the Trumpinator.
Oh, you know how liberals are, dude. They
keep shooting this guy and putting him down, but he doesn't stop. He keeps coming at you.
Yeah, you're never going to convince them otherwise.
I think most people would have given up by now, right?
Not Democrats, because
no,
they
I'm
owe
talking
to their
about
voter base.
If the Democrats went after anybody else with just a fraction of the stuff that they've done to Trump, they would have bowed out a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so this guy's endurance is just, it's
really
really impressive.
It actually is. I got to give the guy
That's
props
what I'm saying.
on that,
Like,
yeah. I'll give him props on that.
He's the underdog in this whole thing from the very start, because he had the Democrats, the United States government after him. Everybody, Republicans and Democrats.
Almost all the MSM was against him.
All the media. I mean, with the exception of Fox, all media was against him. So, I mean, for this guy to be where he is and still, they have to be frustrated. They have to be like, what the fuck? How do we get rid of this guy? And they can't.
They can't.
He keeps winning. It's impressive. I mean,
you could get tired of winning, folks.
If you're watching this as a movie, you'd be like, man, I'm really rooting for this guy because these politicians are such pieces of shit.
He is the underdog, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got this article from the UK. You want to talk about the dangers of progressivism and degeneracy. Here we go. Don't like progressivism? Don't apply to work for us, says the UK police force. Oh, yeah. A police force in Britain has told the public that it does not want those who dislike progressivism to even apply to become one of their officers. Critics of progressive politics need not apply, one police force in the United Kingdom appears to have declared, telling the general public that it does not want those who dislike their left-wing politics to attempt to become one of their officers in a social media post online. And here you have Chief Inspector David Rams tweeting out, great to see the BTP represented at Brighton Pride Day. And you've got the trans flag with the LGBT. I'm standing in awe that we've embraced mental disorder at such an international level now. I'm just 1% of the population that is insane, and yet we are trying to normalize this international. That's how bad this world is.
Yeah.
That's how bad this world is. British Transport Police said, we love to see it. Inclusion isn't political. Yes, it is. It 100% is. And they say, and we'll always celebrate being as diverse as the communities we protect. If you're offended by this, please don't apply to work for us. Thanks. Well, that's interesting. So you're basically going to discriminate? You're going to discriminate? That's discrimination. And they're getting ripped up in the comments. Breitbart London says, being offensive is an offense. This is from the cops.
Being offensive is an offense.
Yeah. This is an actual thing the cops are posting. It actually says being offensive is an offense. UK's police mocked for hate crime awareness event. Being offensive is an offense. You can. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, let's read this article. Jesus Christ. This was posted when? This is posted back in February 2021. A police force in England was forced to apologize after officers paraded around a local car park with a van emblazoned with an electric billboard that read, "Being offensive is an offense" during a so-called hate crime. Go fuck yourselves. Now it just makes me want to be offensive just for the sake of pissing you off.
I know. Well, what if they're saying what they're saying is offensive to me?
Exactly. It goes back to the whole what is hate speech?
Right.
What is, and this you can have this conversation with liberals until you're fucking blue in the face and they still don't get it. Like, what is offensive to you? You know what's offensive to me? Being told that I'm offensive and I'm not offensive. That's offensive. So what does it really mean?
Yeah, what's offensive to me is that you're trying to tell me there's more than two genders.
Exactly. It's very offensive. It's an assault on my religion, my conviction. That's offensive.
Yeah, it's assault on the religion, on science.
Yeah, 100% on science. But hey, we're following science.
On men, on women.
Yeah. Interesting. Despite the British Transport Police claiming that its post was not meant to imply it was looking to discriminate against those with beliefs it disapproves of, the previous action of the force raised significant doubts as to whether this is actually true. When you tell people if you don't like progressivism, don't apply to work here, you're clearly drawing a line in the sand saying it's the same as saying if you're white, don't apply to work here. If you're black, don't apply to work here. Oh, we're not being discriminatory. Yes, you are. Now, I know one is race versus politics. I get that, but it's still the same premise of discriminatory action.
Yeah.
These people are fucking ridiculous. For example, the force hit the papers back in 2017, and it was found that it was excluding white male applicants from recruitment workshops. The police force argued that it was excluding white men from their events as part of the positive action efforts to boost the number of women and ethnic minorities in their organization. In line with our positive action initiative, we are initially only offering this workshop to women and black minority ethnic groups who are currently underrepresented in the force, the British Transport Police declared. That's very interesting to me because it's kind of like, wait a minute. So if the local police are a representation of, usually, I would say, well, actually, I know a lot of cops that don't work in the counties they actually live in. They work in a different county. But if you're going to tell me that, like, say, for example, one city in Dallas, or, excuse me, not one city in Texas, we'll just say, like, Richardson, for example, is predominantly white, and you've got a predominantly white police force, that just goes to show you why. Now, if you're wanting to sit there and say it needs to be an even balance, but, well, your population isn't an even balance, so explain that to me. Like, it makes sense that it's like your population is going to reflect who actually staffs your public service positions.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If you go into like certain parts of Dallas, certain police force, you get a predominantly black one because the predominantly black areas of Dallas people live in. I get it. Makes sense to me. But to sit there and say like, okay, well, these predominantly black owned police forces or these predominantly black run ones, are you now hiring equal amounts of white people? Probably not. Doubt
Probably
it.
not, yeah.
Probably not. Just gonna go out on a limb and take a guess. This shit's ridiculous. Equal representation. Because, you know, if you really think about it, the equal representation is for what? It's to give the appearance of that, hey, we have just as many black officers as white. And if our society views an officer based upon his skin and automatically draws a conclusion, guess what? You've only helped further more racism in our society. I thought we were all the same. We're one team, one fight. We're all Americans. We bleed red, white, and blue. But if we're going to sit here and start demanding that we have equal representation based upon skin color, then you're making skin color the focal point and not the actions of the individual that's applying to work there. Explain that to me, because it doesn't make sense. Instead, we rather focus on the skin tone. Well, how is that not racist?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope I have a freaking white cop that pulls me over versus a black cop. Like, what? That's kind of racist. You telling me that what? You think because you're white you have some kind of in with this guy? You know, I mean, every time I've gotten pulled over by a white officer, I shouldn't say every time, but there's been a lot of times I've gotten tickets from white officers. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I've never gotten any breaks.
I've gotten a few. Not gonna lie. This is just stupid. It's just dumb. And this is the same group of people that arrest people for, like, the one guy who posted the trans meme of the trans symbol in a swastika format because essentially you're like, you're acting like Nazis. And they came arrested him for it. Like you said, you just proved him right.
Yeah.
Like, you just fucking proved him right. You will not say anything bad about the respected community of the trans.
Did you see how they did that with the trans flag? Did you see the Nazi symbol they did?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
It's pretty creative.
I mean, it
give
makes
them that.
the Nazi symbol.
It does, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's like, huh, I wonder if
Weird.
they did that on purpose.
I mean, you look at how the actions they're taking to where they're basically saying you can't criticize us, blah, blah, blah. People shouldn't be tolerant of this. Like, that definitely sounds to me like you're trying to be a protected class of people.
Yeah, that's Nazism. Like, what they're doing, Same with the FBI here.
Yeah. Well,
brown shirts, man.
Unfounded political attacks. Like, what are you talking about? Unfounded. You've created these attacks.
Yeah, they've
because
created
you haven't been transparent with the people that you work for.
As soon as the American people started voicing their opinions and wanting the power back, then all of a sudden, they go full Nazi Germany.
I tell you what, man, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in 2024 if Trump does get reelected. Because I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this now. I tweeted this out before, and I hope it serves as a little time capsule, if you will, in the next 2 years. When Republicans take back the House and they take back the Senate, and eventually Trump runs again in 2024 and wins, you better get a lot of shit done. They better get a lot of shit done.
I'll tell you what.
Voters are tired of this.
I'll say, like, if there are any drop boxes, they'll have 1,000 eyes on each one of them.
They better, yeah. That's what's going to turn. Because right now, I mean, the people, I think by and large, feel that they have no faith in the voting system.
Zero
they have no faith in the judicial system. Yeah.
I don't have any faith in it.
So we're at a crisis right now. And it's kind of like, okay, if there's any shady shit that goes down now, bro, it's going to be violence. People are going to start resorting to violence because when you feel like the game is rigged, what other options do they have? None. And that's why the left understands that the right's a powder keg right now. It's not going to take much. And they're saying, it's like, hey, no reason for violence. No reason for violence.
Well, I think that's why they're raided scared. Trump's place, too, is to try to get a reaction out of the MAGA crowd.
I think so, too, yeah. Dude, there was a time that I wouldn't agree with that. But after we saw January 6th, after we saw the cops letting them in, we saw this shit, and you're telling me that at the Capitol building you had a reduced police presence when you knew there was going to be 1 million man protest not a mile and a half up the road, and you had reduced presence. Don't play me for a fool. That's stupid.
Yeah, and Bowser,
these are the most protected people on the planet, and you did not have accurate security there. Get the fuck out of here.
Bowser declined to accept Trump's the National Guard. That he's like, he wanted to bring the National Guard in, and she said nope. She passed on it.
Weird. And then after that, then they brought him in when it wasn't even Trump's call.
Yeah,
that's fucking bullshit. Well, author Salman Rushdie attacked on stage in New York. Now, a lot of you don't know who this guy is. I didn't know either. But famed author Salman Rushdie, and excuse me if I mispronounced that, whose writings prompted the supreme leader of Iran to put a bounty on his head in 1989, was attacked ahead of a planned speech in New York on Friday, the Associated Press reports. A man was witnessed storming the stage at the Chautauqua Institution and punching or stabbing Rushdie in the midst of the author being introduced, according to an Associated Press report on the scene. Rushdie suffered an apparent stab wound to the neck. The Sun U.S. reports, according to images from the scene, there were splatters of blood on the walls in the institute after the attack on the author, Salman Rushdie, just before his lecture. Rushdie was transported to the hospital via helicopter. His condition is currently unknown. The man who's believed to have attacked the author has reportedly been detained. New York State Police have launched a swift investigation into the attack. Rushdie's book, The Satanic Verses, has been banned in Iran since 1988, as many Muslims consider it to be blasphemous. A year later, Iran's late leader Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini issued a fatwa or edict calling for Rushdie's death. A bounty of over $3 million has also been offered for anyone who kills Rushdie. Such a peaceful, loving religion.
And a lot of fun names there, too.
A lot of fun names. Yulika Madik, Yusuka Madik, Who's Been Fartine.
Who's Been
Remember
farting.
that Robert De Niro one? I'm surprised they haven't tried to cancel him for that.
I know.
Remember where SNL did that shit? And everybody was like, oh, it's funny. Do it again. It's like, oh my God, that's Islamophobic. No, that's funny as fuck. That's funny as shit.
Salman Rushdie. Just super fun.
You gotta love this.
The Ayatollah.
$3 million to kill a motherfucker because you wrote a book about your religion that you didn't like. Talk about little bitches. Good Lord. I'm sorry. Don't blow us up. My bad.
Yeah.
I just put a target on our back.
Great.
Sorry. Well, hey, if they come, we'll give them some CBD and be like, look, calm your ass down. Calm the fuck down, bro.
Something. Can Muslims take CBD? I wonder.
I would think so. I mean,
They
I
just
wouldn't
can't
see why
drink
not.
alcohol.
That's only during Ramadan.
Okay.
Yeah, outside of that, they can pretty much do. I mean, the shit that I saw them do over there, I was kind of like, wow. It was, literally saw a guy fucking a goat. Not even playing on that. Not even playing.
What it looked like?
It was very bad. If you've been over to Afghanistan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The raid tower cams. Oh my God, you see the craziest shit. All right, Liz Cheney. I fucking love talking about this bitch because like she's getting all the just comeuppings that she deserves. This woman, like, she should just call herself a Democrat. Like, why she's running as a Republican? Far be it. You just change.
Because her dad.
Go to the left.
Yeah.
Because she's getting slaughtered. You said it doesn't have it in here. What would you say her polling numbers were? She dropped how many?
It was like 54 or 57% down.
She's fucking done.
She is.
Lady,
like,
throw in the towel. You are done.
Dude, that video Dick Cheney put out, so terrible.
About Trump?
Yeah.
The campaign ad?
Did
I
you
haven't
see
seen it, no.
Oh my God, it's so terrible. He looks like such an asshole.
Who, Cheney?
Yeah. He just comes across as like someone you just
want to punch.
Oh my God. He's
Didn't you
awful.
shoot a guy?
Shot a guy in the face.
Didn't you shoot a guy in the face with a shotgun, Dick?
Bird shot.
Representative Liz Cheney said Thursday she is ashamed that Republicans are questioning the FBI's credibility. Talk about a fucking dictator in the making.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, don't question anything. You should believe in this government. You should believe in the sanctity of what... Are you kidding me? How tone deaf do you have to be to your fucking people, to your fellow American citizens, that they should have These same people are the blind support the blue. No.
Yeah.
No, because even I was like that, and I had to change. Like, no, you can't blindly support anybody. Not at all. Because when you give them unwavering support, it leads to essentially corruption at the highest level. We should be paranoid. We should be skeptical of everybody in public office, and to include public servants.
Yeah.
100%. When you have that position of authority, there should be a healthy level of skepticism that comes along with it to keep the balances there. No, I will not believe, and my cop friends know this about me. I respect them. I love them. I love what they do. But yes, there should come a healthy level of skepticism about what it is that you do to make sure that you're kept on the straight and narrow, because there's a lot of corruption.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of corruption. And for her to come out here and say this in the midst of the Hunter Biden scandal, of all this shit that has gone on, and you have the audacity to sit there and say that you're ashamed that Republicans are questioning the FBI's credibility when you had Lisa Page and Peter Strzok literally in text message threads saying they're doing everything they can to prevent Trump from being elected. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What was the insurance policy? We never found that out.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, these politicians, this is quote unquote the deep state.
Yeah.
And all it is these are just bad actors. These people are the scum of the earth. The Cheneys should be locked up, her included. This is a farce of a trial. You are wasting taxpayer money. Kitzinger's a fucking joke. A fucking joke.
A lot of them are. Right.
This is insane. These are legitimately rhinos.
Yeah.
These are legitimately rhinos.
I don't even... Yeah.
And she's got the most fucking punchable face I've ever seen. Her and her father. You know what I'd love to do? I would love to have them both and put them in this pit full of alligators and give them like one gun and be like, okay, you can either kill the alligators or you kill each other. There's only 2 bullets and there's like 10 alligators. You figure it out and just watch it. Oh my God, dude. Totally weird. I'm watching TikTok the other day, and TikTok's my new fucking cancer. Like, oh my God. Like, it's so bad, but it's so good.
Delta
so
8 in
good.
the TikTok.
No, I was actually sober on this one. This dude had a really good idea. He talked about how we help balance the national budget, reduce the deficit, help get us out of inflation. He's like, this guy's he's a Photoshop guy. He's a troll. And it's clearly satire. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a minute. He talks about if we want to essentially reduce these for-profit prisons, he said, our hardened convicts bring back the gladiator games. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, no, seriously. Bring back the gladiator games. If they're already on death row, they're going to die anyway. Sell tickets pay-per-view style. You'll start emptying out the prisons. You'll make a shitload of money. And I'm like, this dude's got a point. Like, he's got a point. Can you imagine that? It'll never happen.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that. Fucking gladiator game. Hell yeah. Like, let's bring back Rome. Give them games and wine and bread. Let's fucking do it. You're already giving us these January 6th spectator sport, which is bullshit. I'm bored with this already. Let's bring back the chariot races. Let's get some Judah Ben-Hur shit going on in there. Like, I am down for this. I am down for this. chariot races around the fucking cell blocks, spearing the shit out of each other. Hey, we'll even introduce lions into this motherfucker. Let's do it. Let's get Carol Baskins in there with her fucking lion. Let's go to town.
I'd like to see a Thunderdome style where
We could do that too, bro. The
they put them on the
possibilities are
bungee
endless.
string,
Oh my
the
god,
bungee
yes.
ropes.
Yes, lightning in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle, right there.
Lightning in a bottle, my
We just
friend.
did it.
This could work. This would be amazing. Or here's another way. If for whatever reason another issue or another event like Chaz, the creation of Chaz comes into fruition, they want to establish their own city. All right, this week on the pay-per-view, we unleash 50 hardened inmates on the city of Chaz and give them each a spork. Some will win, some will lose. $59.99 for all access pass. Here only on Burke's ESP whatever. It's in the butt.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
The Ocho. I would watch that. Bro. Wait, didn't they make a movie about that? With Gerard Butler? Where it was like prison inmates and you could be controlled by a video game and that you could, like, if you won, you got your freedom. They made a movie about this.
There was the Running Man.
Was that the one?
No, that was with that was back in the 80s with Schwarzenegger.
No, never mind then. Is it Gamer?
I don't know.
Is it Death Race?
Death Race?
I don't know which one it is, but it had Gerard Butler in it, the guy from Sparta or 300. I think it is Gamer. I would pay to see that. I would pay to fucking watch that. Anyway, Liz Cheney says, I've been ashamed to hear members of my party attacking the integrity of the FBI agents involved with the recent Mar-a-Lago search. What agents? Nobody knows a name.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Stop being incorrect with your information and your accusation. You're an idiot. You're fucking. They're attacking the integrity of the FBI as a whole, and Garland and Ray. Come on. Don't try and make this. Oh, you're attacking. And here's the thing: those agents, they are to blame as well. You chose to go in that profession.
Yep.
I'm sorry. The whole just following orders, that doesn't cut it. That will not cut it. That is not an excuse. She claimed these are sickening comments that put the lives of patriotic public servants at risk. Really? They're at risk? Really? So you can't say anything bad or else it puts people's lives at risk? Cheney, you're such a fucking cunt. You are such a cunt. What a fucking idiot. You think your January 6th sham of a trial has put lives at risk? How many political prisoners do they have currently locked up? Isn't it like over 900? Mm-hmm. These are political prisoners. Cheney's remarks follow multiple investigations into Trump, including the Russian hoax, the 2 impeachment trials before that. The FBI looked the other way in the 2016 regarding Hillary Clinton's 33,000 acid-washed emails. After Monday's raid of Mar-a-Lago, many Republicans have questioned the FBI's credibility. Longtime Cheney foe and anti-globalist foreign policy wonk Senator Rand Paul slammed the FBI. I love me some Rand. Mm-hmm. I'd be gay for Rand. Listen to what he says. I love this. He says, the FBI raid on President Trump was approved by Director Wray, who also claimed that the illegal FISA warrants used to spy on Trump were constitutional. No, they weren't. Today's raid is outrageous and unjust, but predictable. Rand needs to run.
I think he would be a good president.
I think he'd be an amazing president. I really do. The Republicans would hate him and Democrats would hate him. Democrats would really hate him, but Republicans would hate him too. It's like, hey, some of your shit that you begin away with, nope.
No,
I like Rand.
He's a fiscal conservative.
He is.
I think he would trim a lot of fat.
Yep. After years where FBI agents were found to be acting on political motivation during our administration, the appearance of continued partisanship by the Justice Department must be addressed, former Vice President Mike Pence wrote. And that's Pence. And there's no love lost between Pence and Trump. They do not like each other. Trump really hates Pence.
I think
when you got Pence coming to his defense, it's fucked up.
Pence ruined his career as a politician. Like he should have backed Trump all the way to the very, very end. That's what he should have done. Yeah. But nobody's going to vote for that guy for president.
Fuck no. I don't even think he's going to run. He'd be stupid to run. Like, he is not liked.
Yeah, I mean, he'd do better as a Democrat. I think he would. Like, oh, well, he was Trump's guy.
No, because Democrats get to hate him because he's a hardcore Christian. He would never make any headway over there as a politician.
Is he a hardcore Christian?
That's what he claims.
That's what he claims. It's his persona.
We've never been a country where people who take power, like becoming president, now use that power to persecute their past or future political opponents. Senator Mark Rubio out of Florida stated in a video, we've never seen that until tonight. Look, there are so many accusations of this being a banana republic, this being a political hit piece by the Biden administration, the DOJ, and I'm telling you, the DOJ has got to release what they've got. Because if they don't, or they don't release enough, or it's found to be nothing, then Biden literally just weaponized the FBI to do a political hit job on Trump. And that is dangerous. I mean, I don't think people understand. This isn't Watergate. This is not trying to find out like back information. This is literally weaponizing a 3-letter agency to go after your political opponent. This is dangerous. And I'm not playing around with it. Like, I'm not joking here. Other people are saying the same thing and they're right. This is insanely fucking dangerous.
See, I just think that it's been going on since 2015. That's what,
yeah, I can agree. But I think nothing as broad-sided as this, though. I mean, yeah, the illegal spying on Trump, the Obama administration did it,
The FBI has been a Democratic wing for a number of years now.
Yeah.
This isn't new.
No.
This is the FBI. They're not. There may be some good people in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter because everybody views these people as goose-stepping morons.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, they're just going to get they're texting each other. Mm-hmm. Lisa Page, Strzok. They think they're the only ones? They're not the only ones.
Cheney is running for re-election against Trump-endorsed Harriet Hageman in the August 16th primary. Cheney's seeming support of the FBI's raid against Trump is consistent with her broader focus on fighting Trump. Trump's endorsed candidate Hageman is leading the primary polls among Republicans by 57 points. Brian Harnish, of the director of the University of Women's Wyoming Survey and Analysis Center, stated on Thursday. Cheney has received a large amount of cash and support from outside the state, establishment donors looking to save her from defeat. Cheney has outraised the challenger by nearly 3-1, yet Hageman has done very well with Wyoming voters who have donated more than $1.2 million. More than 4 times as much as Wyoming voters have donated to Cheney, FEC data shows. Hageman told Breitbart News that Cheney's alliance with the establishment uniparty has politically damaged her in Wyoming. Liz Cheney has lost Wyoming. Liz Cheney doesn't live in Wyoming. She doesn't represent us. Hageman says she doesn't represent our values. She's right on this. She's done. If she gets reelected, which I don't see happening, bro, question every election at this point. There's no way. They've interviewed so many people, and I know this is all anecdotal, but most people in that state do not like her. Mm-hmm. They do not like her at all.
That state, this country.
Yeah. And here's the other. Street artist Sabo hangs "Fuck the FBI" and Trump 2024 MAGA signs around Los Angeles. The Los Angeles street artist known as Sabo has struck once again, hanging a series of signs around the city that read "Fuck the FBI" and Trump 2024 MAGA. Sabo told Breitbart News that 5 signs were hung all together, including 2 in Brentwood, with 1 near the Coral Tree Cafe and 1 in front of the Pacific Design Center in West Hollywood. 2 were hung at the intersection of Robertson and Melrose Avenues, but were removed quickly, the artist said. Well, of course they got to remove that. This is funny. If you're watching the stream right now on Twitch or Facebook, you can see these signs. He basically strung them up on top of the power lines, yeah. Hanging in the middle of the road. Seems like there's some stringing hanging down the road. That could be dangerous, but that's actually very dangerous. Then the "Fuck the FBI" hung from the, oh my God, he put it right by the stoplights. That's hilarious. The signs appeared just days after the FBI raid. Blah, 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 blah. The raid comes as Trump weighs in whether or not he's running. Blah, 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 blah. The artist put up a series of Super Bowl-themed street art posters demanding the recall of L.A. County District Attorney George Gascon, whose soft-on-crime platform has resulted in a surge in homicides and other violent crimes in the L.A. area. LAPD cannot protect you. One street art poster reads, "Recall D.A. Gascon."
Would you say Carol Baskin?
Carol Baskin. Was cracking. Carol Baskin. Who is this Sabo dude? Never heard of him. He's done art on Fauci, Pinhead Fauci. He's done Epstein. Jesus. Like, this dude's good. Breadlines 2020.
Breadlines.
Take the shot. Oh my God. He's got Alec Baldwin. Take the shot. Oh, you got to be. Can you buy this?
Good for this guy.
No shit. This is real. Purchase this poster. Oh my God. How much is he charging for this poster? $30? I'm kind of tempted to buy it. We could hang it in here.
Oh yeah, because he did kill a guy.
Girl, but close and shot a guy.
And shot it.
I'm going to put this on the tab. I think I'm going to buy this.
Katie in the chat had a good one too. Is Dick shot a guy?
Dick shot it. That's true. Oh, here we go again, folks. Ramping this up. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Twitter announces plan to protect November midterm elections.
Oh.
Go fuck yourself.
Thank you, Twitter.
Get the fuck. Again, all they're sitting here saying is we are going to manipulate the information to favor the left. That is all they're going to do. Like, they come on. Come on. Elon, do something, man. Buy the fucking company and then just destroy it, please.
Delete.
Buy it and delete it. Do the world a favor. Delete the liberal safe space. They got nothing after that. Far left Twitter has declared it will protect the midterm elections with a range of policies designed to suppress what the company considers misinformation and deliver Twitter curated news to users. Where have we seen this before? During COVID? Oh, didn't all the little COVID warnings have all this stuff about COVID?
Yeah.
And then come to find out the science changed yet again.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! I'm going to pull a rabbit out of this hat.
I know.
It's a dead rabbit, but it's still a rabbit.
It's been in there for a while.
It's still a magic trick.
It's a shitty magic trick.
Ta-da!
You didn't follow the science. You eventually made fucking guesses that were wrong and then came back to conclude that we were right all along.
I know. That's what's one of the most upsetting things is you're a grown-up, you're an adult, you pay your taxes, you take care of yourself, you live, and then all of a sudden this big brother government's going to come in and be like, here, you got to wear this, you got to put this in your body.
Yep. Stick this in your butt. Oh,
You
that was
don't
just
take-
me? Oh, okay, sorry.
Let me
I got
shave
excited.
these, wax that.
Touch this, stroke that.
No, Uncle
No,
Joe,
let me-
no.
Let me spit in your mouth. Okay.
In 2020 was the first American election in which big tech companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google had election integrity policies. It's like the Nazis putting rules on, like, we're going to protect you.
Yeah.
Here in this concentration camp, we have rules for your own protection. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. These fucking cocksuckers. Election integrity policies. And they resulted in one of the most consequential stories of that cycle. The New York Post reporting on Hunter Biden's corruption business dealings being suppressed just weeks. I remember that. You remember that?
Yeah.
That
They
shit
did
was
report on
circulating
it.
Twitter and fuck, they just, they shit canned that. I remember I posted something on Instagram and they fucking banned it. That was actually not during an election though. That was recently.
It was Russian disinformation.
There was that.
That's what Joe Biden
Yep.
said.
That was
during
Facebook.
the debate.
Yep, that was Facebook because they said there were Facebook groups that were run by Russians to cause it. This is what Hillary Clinton's team came up with.
Yep.
This is what they were investigating. Remember this, folks?
Boom.
It hasn't been that long. And they were saying there's all these Facebook groups with pro-Russian activists in there, yada, yada, trying to undermine American fucking democracy, yada, yada, all this stuff. Come to find out, it was fucking lies.
All
Bots.
lies.
Paid fucking bots. That's another reason why, like, Elon Musk basically exposing Twitter, saying that like 20% of them are fake accounts.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's a big number.
So who's creating those fake accounts? Who are those fake
Democrats.
accounts? Exactly. Who are they
Democrats.
working for? Yeah.
It's funny because when Joe Biden brought that up, he looked so excited to be able to say that because they were prepping him before the debate. Like, all right, Joe, they bring up Hunter Biden. What is it? Russian disinformation.
I'm going to sniff a kid. I'm going to sniff Russian kids now, so I'm diverse. Twitter was one of the companies that suppressed that story in the naming of fighting misinformation. Now it plans to activate similar policies ahead of the midterms. It's all right, though, because the whole reason they did that Trump has Truth Social is to combat this. Mm-hmm. You know what Twitter can control? Truth Social.
No.
Watch Truth Social blow up. I'm telling you, come midterms, when Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Google start really suppressing shit, Truth Social is going to blow up. And by the way, we are on Truth Social. You can follow me at John Burke. We also have Shell Shock CBD over there. Are you on Truth Social? Did you ever get in?
Yeah, I'm.
Hopefully you're in by now.
What your mother said.
Well done. Well done. And you can find me on Truth Social, just John Burke. I don't really post a lot over there. I need to. When they start censoring us more hardcore, we'll be posting more over there. This tracks with what Breitbart News has predicted, which is that big tech companies will do everything they can to prevent the widely predicted Republican sweep in November from taking place. If you thought it was bad during 2020, you wait and see how bad it's coming up, ladies and gentlemen, because they're scared shitless. Democrats know that right now Republicans are poised to take it back hardcore. Like they have energized the base, and every time they go after Trump, they're just energizing him even more.
Yeah.
John Rich comes out yesterday, like we talked about. People are getting sick of this. They are tired of this. And if you think the left is going to turn out in record numbers, no, because I'm telling you, come midterms, remember, they're trying to freaking call parents at school board meetings domestic terrorists. They're wanting to put youth on puberty blockers and gender reassignment surgery. This is what the left has become now. and the right is fed up. So, of course, big tech is going to do everything they can to limit the spread of quote unquote misinformation. Bullshit.
Yeah. The one thing that Democrats will do is that they're not afraid to cheat.
Yeah.
They'll go out and stuff boxes and all that stuff, and they'll put out these polls. I think 538 put out a poll where it showed Democrats with a slight edge.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think you have to get out and vote.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You have to get out and vote. I mean, we all have to be proactive in this and make sure, like, watching everybody.
Listen to this. ABC's General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grain urges FBI to dig up Ivana Trump.
I mean, what a weirdo.
Fucking weird. One of the star of ABC's General Hospital is urging the FBI to dig up the body of late Ivana Trump, claiming in an insane tweet that former President Donald Trump hid classified documents in the casket. Now, listen to her reasoning behind this, folks. This is how insane these people are. And she tweets out and she says, "Dear at FBI, I know you don't need advice from a soap star. You should have just ended it right there, bitch." That's all you had to say. I know you don't need advice from a soap star, but having been in 10 or 10,000 implausible storylines in my 37 years, may I recommend digging up Ivana? Clearly, it didn't take 10 pallbearers to carry a liposuctioned 73-year-old who methinks was in her weight in classified documents. What the fuck is wrong with you? You think Trump is going to put classified material in his ex-wife's coffin? To hide it? Really? What the fuck is wrong with you? Dude, I'm just out of... This woman hasn't even been dead like a month.
You want to talk about conspiracy theorists?
Holy shit. Hey, what is wrong with you people?
Their brains are just like mashed potatoes at this point.
These people are unhinged. These liberals, they are insane. Y'all, these are some of the dumbest human beings. They don't live in reality. Their reality is LA. Their reality, these towns in California, these cities in California, where they don't live by the same rules we do. Because they're poor. They're broke. Their cities are in shithole shambles. The homelessness is through the fucking roof. Crime is rampant. Drug use is everywhere. But these same people want to come in and lecture others like us and saying you should live how we live. No, you live in squalor and shitholes. No, thank you. I don't want to use your rules for life. Dig up Ivana? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know. Idiot.
Fucking moron.
Total idiot.
Dude, oh my God. You gotta love this. Rashida Tlaib. Rashida Tlaib pocketed up to $100,000 in rental income during the pandemic despite pushing to cancel Rent. Squad member reported between $15,000 and $50,000 rental income in 2021. We need to start looking into Airbnbs. We really do.
I'm telling you.
We need
to. It's a way to go.
What if we did like an all-American Savage, like a Savage Airbnb somewhere, probably close to like some major tourist attraction.
On the beach.
On the beach. We could set it up with like all kinds of good shit. I don't know what we put in there to make it special. But I have friends that do Airbnbs and they have branding and stuff. And they put their brand stuff in there. We can do the same thing. A shell shock Airbnb with all the Delta 8 in there that you can just go get fucked up at. That'd be great. That'd be cool. And it could be a vacation spot. We can make it on the beach, but hey, if you want to rent it, here's the cost, like $250 a night on the beach, whatever.
Love everything about it, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Tlaib filed her latest annual financial disclosure report Thursday, which reveals she collected between $15,000 and $50,000 in rental income from a Detroit property. Detroit, really? Okay. In 2021, the Michigan Democrat reported the same rental income for 2020 last August, meaning that she now made between $30,000 and $100,000 from rent payments during the pandemic. Tlaib, however, collected the rent checks despite co-sponsoring a bill alongside other squad members that sought to cancel rent during the pandemic. Money talks. Money talks.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
And Rashida Tlaib walks.
She does.
This lady's such a fucking bitch.
This is hilarious. This is fucking hilarious.
I mean, she's a total scumbag, too.
She is, yeah. I'm at a loss with this. This is what they do, though.
She's up for re-election this year, too, right?
I think so. I think she is, yeah.
God, I hope somebody gets her out.
I think I'm trying to figure out. Fuck it. Later in March 2021, the Progressive Firebrands reintroduced the bill, which would have canceled rent through April 2022. I'm interested in seeing how that would have worked. How do you cancel rent? The bank still gets its money.
The bank still, yeah.
What are you talking about? You cancel rent.
It's like people just, I keep seeing these idiots on Twitter. They're like, cancel student debt.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay. Well, who's going to pay for it? Okay, so I'm going to cancel your debt, but somebody's got to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it?
Exactly, but they don't think that through.
No, they don't at all. Make all vehicles free.
Oh, somebody just reported that Anne Heche is dead?
Yeah, they took her off life support.
Oh, wow.
Apparently she had some cocaine in her system.
Yeah, the report where she had cocaine in her system. Oh, wow. She just passed. Huh. Let me see if I can pull up an article on that real quick. That's breaking news. Anne Heche. Okay, well, article was posted one day ago, said Anne Heche may be in a coma for weeks. Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, well, they just take her off of life support.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Anne Heche on life support, survival of crash, not expected. That was 20 hours ago. Wow.
Yeah, cocaine is one hell of a drug. That's right, Gregory.
Well, I mean, she got behind the wheel on cocaine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the crash looked pretty nasty.
I haven't even seen it. I saw the story. I didn't look at the actual video. I saw the footage of her driving by a ring cam.
Yeah.
But that was it.
It was like she ran into a house that caught on fire.
I saw that part, yeah.
It was pretty nasty.
That's disgusting.
It had to have been more than just cocaine. I mean, I figured if it was cocaine, you'd be like crazy alert.
You'd think that. Inflation cost. I didn't know the actual... Okay, wait. They're saying she's not technically dead. She's still on a ventilator. No official statements, but okay. Inflation is costing the average American $717 a month, analysts show. Higher prices already cost Americans $8,607 over the past year. The average American is shelling out an extra $717 a month because of the hottest inflation in decades, according to a new analysis from the Joint Economic Committee of Republicans. It's coming from Republicans. I mean, the financial squeeze stems from the rising cost of a number. Don't get me wrong. We are clearly paying more, but is that the accurate amount? I don't know. I mean, I could see that because if you think gas prices doubled.
Gas price, electric,
yeah,
groceries.
I could see that, yeah.
Rent.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's rent is going up around the country as well.
Fuck
It's just not groceries and gas.
Because the rent is too damn high.
I know. And then you had that stupid idiot saying there was 0% inflation.
Yep.
Like, he's just not, like, who's giving him this information?
The rent is too damn high. Well, I mean, it does make sense. Because, again, like I said, the double of gas and all the other stuff. So, yeah, it could be around $717. I don't know. Well, lastly, but most certainly not least, Democratic Representative Kathy Manning scooped up thousands of chip company stocks one day before voting to pass the CHIPS Act. You don't say.
Really?
You don't say. Democratic Representative Kathy Manning scooped up thousands of dollars in semiconductor company stock just one day before voting to pass a bill providing massive subsidies to the sector. New disclosures show one of the companies is already planning large-scale investments made possible due to the legislation. How are these people not being charged of insider trading? Manning and her husband, listen to this, purchased up to $30,000 in Micron technology. Stocks up and up to $95,000 in NVIDIA stocks on July 27th, the new disclosure shows. The next day, Manning voted to pass the CHIPS Act, which will help expand semiconductor manufacturing facilities in the United States while providing the industry tens of billions of dollars in subsidies. She said, "I'm proud to vote to pass the historic investment in American chip manufacturing, lower costs, and creating good paying jobs," Manning tweeted after the vote. What a piece of shit. Manning's congressional office told Fox Business the investments are in accounts entirely controlled by third-party managers. What the fuck? Like, oh, that makes it, oh, that's okay. But they still represent you. What is this about? Like, I don't get this. I just don't get this. They still represent you.
Okay.
Apparently, the word is out that Anne Heche is dead. They said they did pull her off life support, and she has passed. Okay. So I guess it has happened. Sad to see it. But, and of course, nothing's going to happen to this woman. Nothing's going to happen to her. Insider training.
No.
Votes to fail. Just, oh my God.
This is just after that whole blow up over Crenshaw. You know, as soon as Crenshaw got on that list, everybody was pissed off about it.
Yep.
But now that it's just business as usual.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like it got up to the con. You're like, yeah, maybe we'll look into it. We'll look into it.
Bullshit.
Oh look, here's a great opportunity for us. Let me buy all this stock and this subsidy.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, the system's corrupted. The system is so fucking corrupted.
Yeah.
This just proves it over and over again.
Over and over again that there has to be term limits.
Oh yeah.
You can't.
No trading. Not even from
You
third
can't trade.
parties.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not
None.
even third party. Nothing.
Not even immediate family.
No family
Nope.
at all.
But they will just find ways to go around it.
You know, at least make it a little bit more
difficult,
challenging than be like, well, I bought all this credit card stock and didn't pass the legislation that would hurt the credit card company.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with, my investment into their company.
Once again, proving politicians don't give a fuck about us. It's all about lining their own pockets.
That's it.
I mean, that is
they
what
don't
it
care
is.
about America. I don't even think they like America. They just like money.
That's just the way it goes. I think it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. This has got to be something that Republicans come. All this shit. That's what I'm saying. When Republicans take it all back, they better fucking get their shit straight and actually make shit happen.
Yeah.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for today's episode. We appreciate you being here. Make sure you check out Shell Shock CBD. Don't forget, use code TRY when you purchase the Rack Out Gummies at shellshockcbd.com. These will help with your sleep. Again, if it doesn't work, use code TRY. Hit us up. Send it back. We'll give you a full refund and also pay for shipping. What have you got to lose? Nothing. Invest in some good sleep. Again, it is code TRY at shellshockcbd.com. Also, go leave us a review on the podcast on iTunes. We appreciate that. Share it with your friends. You got anything to add, my man?
You guys have a great day.
Hey, we'll see you right back here bright and early Monday afternoon-ish at the All-American Savage Show podcast. Until next time, you stay savage, America.